That man loves me so much. And, you know, look what we built. We've built a beautiful life, and we have 2 healthy, beautiful children. If you haven't noticed, my husband's very, very handsome.
It's so fake.
I'm like, this can't be real.
Oh, he's such a great partner.
It sucks.
Are you joking?
It's
This
bad.
is terrible.
You suck. You suck.
I feel that.
What? Stop. All of it is fake.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I don't like it.
Just talking nonsense. It's stupid.
Right, I feel that every day in how supportive he's been. He's also a fox.
You're ugly.
It's weird, right?
I get another lecture from you, I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking idiot.
Meghan Markle is back in the headlines, and not for the reasons you'd expect. She's getting emotional on podcasts, still signing autographs with a royal title that's no longer hers.
Oh my gosh, look at all these photos about last night. ... Thank you, Beyonce and team, for an amazing concert and a very fun date night. All love. Girl, she didn't invite you to the concert.
She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibilities. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara. She doesn't want the public service.
And yet again, her staff keep walking out the door. But that's just the surface. Behind the tears and tabloid buzz, there are lawsuits, public backlash, and a growing trail of rumors pointing to something way more complicated and maybe even a little shady.
You know, I mean, she used to be on
Was
Deal or
he
No
infiltrated?
Deal. Look, she was on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the wife convinces you to leave the royal family. Like, I'm out. I don't need you guys. Which is crazy, because don't you just get free money?
Oh, we want our privacy and safety, but we'll go be at Beyonce concerts and do whatever we want. Oh, look at him.
At this point, some people say she'd be better off rebranding as the Duchess of Drama. One viral comment even joked they'd trust an astronaut impersonator before taking advice from Meghan Markle. Ouch.
Reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these 2.
No, I refuse. I'm sick of it. No, I don't want them. It's just, they are so ridiculed all over the place.
And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's lured him into the rocks.
Meghan sat down with Jamie Kern Lima, a self-made billionaire and motivational powerhouse, for a podcast that was supposed to be all about raw, emotional honesty. But what listeners got? A totally different vibe. The whole thing felt less like a heart-to-heart and more like a staged performance. From the get-go, the energy was off.
Oh my God, that hat. Oh God, he's so hot. Look at him. Isn't Prince Harry? She bagged a fox. But look how nice is she pulling away from her lovely prince. It's so good. Who's filming this?
The host came across as painfully cringy, and Meghan, she seemed about as genuine as her scripted cooking moments on Netflix.
And Meghan just started accepting all these compliments. I know I'm great, aren't I?
Meghan dabbed her eyes, voice trembling, as she talked about the overwhelming pressure she claims to face. But something didn't sit right. There were no actual tears.
And she also is pretending like she's crying. We zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight. Dan, look at this. I invite the viewers to take a close-up look at this. Where's the tear?
Just the performance of crying. And social media, it caught on fast. Viewers weren't buying it, calling out the theatrics almost instantly. One clip resurfaced almost immediately. An old interview where Meghan jokingly brags that she can cry on command.
Now make yourself cry. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, 1 tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
Let's just say that didn't help her case. Was this a moment of real vulnerability or just another camera-ready performance? That old clip came back with a vengeance. And suddenly, Meghan's podcast breakdown looked a lot less like raw emotion and a lot more like rehearsed acting.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God, oh my God. it's like, it's so inauthentic.
Just as the buzz around Meghan's podcast started to quiet down, body language expert Scott Rouse stepped in and poured gasoline on the fire.
Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. How are you?
That smile's a little bit over the top. And that single shoulder shrug she has, that usually indicates that person isn't very confident with their answer or their statement.
Rouse broke it all down. The excessive blinking, the stiff expressions, the way her gestures didn't quite sync with her words. According to him, these nonverbal leaks often signal discomfort, or worse, deception. What really caught attention was when Meghan spoke about her emotional struggles. Her voice carried the weight, sure, but her face, practically unreadable. No tension, no twitch, no visible emotion.
I couldn't tell anyone who I was dating, and he was keeping. So I think we were just on a letter basis.
Yeah.
This is fake. She knows exactly when that happened. The eye search she's got going on there, that's forced and faked, as is the facial expression.
Rouse's breakdown lit a match under the conversation. And just like that, the internet was back on Meghan watch. This time, people weren't just listening to her words. They were analyzing every blink, every glance, every slight head tilt. Then came the part where Meghan claimed she writes nightly emails to both of her kids so they can read them when they're older. Sweet in theory, sure, but social media wasn't buying the Hallmark moment. It sounded more like a PR move than a parenting moment.
So I'd created for the kids these email addresses that sort of like names, again, that you would never guess, that I will give them at some point in their lives when they're older. But before I go to bed almost every night.
Meghan, my God, you get praise every day, getting attention every day. You gotta praise yourself on Mother's Day? Really? It's all branding. Did you notice it? It's all branding to make herself look more relatable and motherly.
And now, even the smallest details are under a microscope. During the podcast, a seemingly innocent photo flashed on screen. Just a gift basket Meghan had put together, complete with a handwritten card. But eagle-eyed viewers caught something instantly. The card was signed Her Royal Highness.
The agreement that was made did not remove the title. It restricted the way it was to be used. It was not to be used publicly. And she was giving a friend some strawberry jam that she made herself, and she wrote HRH, the Duchess of Sussex.
One problem, she's not supposed to use that title anymore. The slip, or was it a flex, sparked a fresh wave of criticism. People questioned whether it was an honest mistake or Meghan subtly clinging to a title that no longer belongs to her.
Meghan Markle is now accused of breaking the agreement with the late Queen after podcast revelation.
I think if somebody gives you a gift, you can say, so-and-so, my friend so-and-so gave me a present.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she needed to show that.
After officially stepping away from royal duties, Meghan gave up the right to use the title Her Royal Highness. So when that card surfaced, signed with the very title she's no longer allowed to use, it didn't just raise eyebrows, it triggered a full-on backlash. Critics called it delusional. Even some longtime supporters admitted it was cringe, and the internet didn't hold back. One comment summed it up perfectly. You can't have it both ways, Meghan.
With the compliments of HRH, which is Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
You made homemade strawberry jam. It's kind of like a doctor when you keep referring to them as doctor and like, call me Susan. Like I would never refer to myself as Her Royal Highness.
Is it a bad look for Meghan to still refer to herself as a royal?
No, it's not.
There you are.
Because,
wake me up when you're done.
Thank you.
And now, it's not just the public side-eyeing Meghan and Harry. The pressure is hitting the monarchy itself. In a recent poll that quickly made headlines, a staggering 97% of respondents said King Charles should formally strip the couple of their royal titles. That's not just a quiet nudge, that's a thunderous public demand. The message? People are done watching them play royal and rebel at the same time.
Harry comes out and gives this interview in which he not only says he doesn't know how long the king has left to live.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff.
Which the royal family was like, hey, let's not talk about the king's mortality because you don't know, specifically because the king has refused to speak to you since February 2024. Now that is over a year ago.
King Charles might be keeping his distance for now, but behind the scenes, Prince William is reportedly drawing a hard line. Insiders claim that when he takes the throne, he won't hold back. To him, what Harry and Meghan have done isn't just drama, it's betrayal. And he's ready to make a clean break if that's what it takes to protect the monarchy's image. Whether he follows through or not, one thing's for sure. This royal feud has officially left the family group chat. It's now playing out on the world stage, and everyone's watching.
How How are Prince William and his wife Kate Middleton responding?
They're done. They're done. William doesn't even want to hear Harry's name anymore. He's just kind of like, don't bring him up. We're good.
Especially when it comes to Prince Harry, who's been publicly venting about not getting enough personal security for his family.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. I would love reconciliation with my family. I've always, there's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious.
If you are trying to reconcile with your family, if you are trying to make amends, you don't go on TV and blame them again. This is literally the last thing.
He pointed fingers at the royal institution, demanding protection, but without footing the bill himself. Yep, he wanted the royals to cover it, but that didn't fly. He lost that battle, and the palace made it clear, if you step back from royal duties, you step back from royal perks.
She decided she didn't want to be a real princess because to be a real princess involves duty and responsibility, caring about other people. And so she just wanted to be a pretend princess in Hollywood, so she split her husband off from his royal family and then inked a $1 zillion deal with a bunch of media companies, and then all her projects flopped.
Meanwhile, Meghan was busy making another move, trying to rebrand herself yet again. Her lifestyle venture, originally called American Riviera Orchard, quietly switched names to As Ever.
Last year, I had thought, you know what, American Riviera, that sounds like such a great name. It's my neighborhood, it's a nickname for Santa Barbara, but it limited me to things that were just manufactured and grown in this area. And I've been waiting for a moment to share a name that I had secured in 2022, and this is the moment. And it's called As Ever.
But the rebrand didn't land the way she'd hoped. Right out of the gate, it clashed with multiple small businesses already using that name. And then came the real eyebrow raiser. The logo, nearly identical to the official coat of arms from a town in Spain. Cue the legal storm clouds gathering. Online, the response was far from graceful. Many saw through the polished branding and called it what it looked like, a scramble for attention and income.
This relaunch has now descended into a farce, it would seem, because officials in the Spanish town of Mallorca have accused the Duchess of Sussex of copying its traditional coat of arms for the logo of her newly revamped
Well, it's pretty close, isn't it?
luxury brand. It does look very, very close.
Yes, her products sold out in 30 minutes, but only because there were barely any made to begin with.
When I was reviewing her website in real time, doing my video, it said coming soon. But then, like 5 minutes later, we see that she put sold out.
And just when you thought the Meghan headlines couldn't get messier, boom, a DIY bath salt recipe she shared on Netflix may have just lit the fuse on a $10 million legal bombshell.
A Meghan Markle fan has claimed the Duchess's homemade bath salt recipe left her with catastrophic burns and threatened to launch a £7 million lawsuit.
Robin Patrick, a woman from Maryland, says she followed the recipe and ended up with severe burns and ulcers. She's diabetic, and according to her, ingredients like arnica and Himalayan salt made her condition much worse. Now she's threatening to sue not just Meghan, but also Netflix and Archewell. Yep, this isn't just bad press. This could turn into a full-blown legal war.
Robin has said she is willing to resolve the matter without legal action if a financial settlement is reached.
Long before Meghan Markle became the Duchess of Sussex, her past was already fueling whispers and online speculation. One of the most talked about rumors, that she once worked as a so-called yacht girl, a term used for women invited to exclusive parties on luxury yachts, often hosted by the ultra-wealthy.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s. Wow.
It is interesting how she's exposing her as a yacht girl, someone who was paid off by rich men to go and hang out.
As author Kirby Sommers suggested, that the then Meghan Markle likely spent time with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein before she even met Prince Harry.
Listen, I brought Meghan Markle, whatever her name is, to my Deal or No Deal celebrity golf tournament. She was one of my Deal or No Deal girls that were, she was a caddy for all of my celebrities.
Some sources claim she attended these events early in her acting career, though to be clear, no solid proof has ever surfaced. Still, that hasn't stopped the internet from running wild with theories. And then there's another claim that refuses to die down, that Meghan knew a lot more about the royal family before meeting Prince Harry than she ever admitted publicly.
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband.
The nearest thing Meghan Markle ever had to a $1 billion idea was marrying a prince.
It was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
While Meghan publicly insisted she didn't know much about Prince Harry or the royal family, before they met, old blog posts and even a friend's account tell a different story. They hint at a long-standing fascination with royal life, maybe even aspirations to be part of it someday. Whether that's just rumor, coincidence, or something she's carefully sidestepped, one thing's clear: it adds fuel to the fire. To critics, it paints paints a picture not of a love story, but of a calculated climb into the global spotlight.
The woman who destroyed her in-laws' family, whose own family doesn't like her, whose the in-laws obviously don't like her, the public doesn't like her, she's stuck because she was an actress who became a real princess, who wants to be an actress again, but has to continue to pretend to be a real princess.
And with all the headlines, deals, and drama, one thing has become crystal clear. This isn't just a royal story anymore. It's a masterclass in media manipulation, image crafting, and the power of public perception. Whether you see them as misunderstood or master marketers,
you have to imagine at the beginning, everyone is like butterflies. And then we immediately went into the trenches together. Yeah. Right out of the gate, like 6 months into dating. So now 7 years later, when you have a little bit of breathing space.
I hear this all the time too from the Brits. Like, what do Americans really think of Harry and Meghan? We despise them.
Meghan and Harry have reshaped the royal narrative in a way no one saw coming. But what did you think? Are they rewriting the rules or just playing a different game with the same old goal? If you've made it this far, you're clearly into the story. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and drop your take in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going.